I'm digging my own grave. Let's face it, at some point, I'm going to die in my hardcore Minecraft world. And I want to get ahead of the curve by making sure my burial grounds are fully pimped out. Today, I want to build myself a crypt that is full of traps, puzzles, and secrets to make sure that I am the most decked out dead person alive. Wait. So join me today as I transform this simple trial chamber into my dream death destination in Minecraft. So to transform this trial chamber, I am essentially going to be gutting it from the inside, removing all its bones, then reskinning it to my liking. It's giving fish. To help you visualize the layout of this trial chamber, I've gone in a creative world and spectator mode to show you. As it stands now, this is the trial chamber without anything gutted or changed. You may remember this trial chamber from the very first episode of this series when I took it on for the first time. Oh! So scary. This entry room is the first one I'm going to be working on. Then this long room here is going to be the second room. This square room to the left of it is going to be the third room, which has 2 levels to it. The fourth room is going to be the super long room over here, which you can see has multiple levels. And the fourth and final room that I'm going to be working on is this one at the very back here. And I can't wait for you to see what this one becomes. So what I did to make this process a ton easier was I brought my beacon from my house down to this trial chamber, and I started the process of gutting out this entire thing. I decided to replace all of the walls with stone bricks and chiseled stone bricks as I thought that's what would look best. This entire process took like 5 hours, so here's a nice condensed version for you. I eventually got all of the rooms that I wanted in the trial chamber completely changed over. Now that everything's actually built and all the rooms are changed up, I think it's time that we start decorating this place. Let's start with the entrance room over here. I've been doing a ton of research on different methods that other people have used for like making graves and coffins and stuff in Minecraft. I really love this lectern idea. It kind of looks like an open coffin, which is so cute. Strangely. And then behind it, I'm putting these sort of like headstones there as well. Don't ask me who's actually buried in these. I couldn't tell you. These are just for decoration. I'm also going to put nameplates at the bottom. If you want your name on a grave, leave a comment below. Another cool idea that I saw was doing this sort of design here. It kind of looks like an actual grave this way with like a cross headstone almost. These are a bit bigger than these ones. And then you put like a coffin here, which I thought looked cute. I was kind of thinking as well, maybe it could be cool to like hide little chests in the grave and stuff. Like if I do something like that, I feel like that could be cute. Like if someone comes in and wants to grave rob or something. I love these. Also, you'll notice some of these like singular blocks missing here. I'm gonna do small little headstones where these are, just like that, with a nameplate on them. And then maybe on the side of the graves, we can put like a flower pot in case anyone wants to come down here and leave something. This is so dark. What am I building right now? Okay, all of those graves are built here. And then in the wall on this side, I'm also gonna do some, you know how in some places they have the coffins in the wall that you can sort of slide out? That's kind of what I wanted this to look like in a way. I couldn't really find a way to build that nicely, but I guess this will have to do. And then I'm just gonna put, of course, the nameplates at the front like that. I thought that looked okay. And then there's something I'm really excited to put in the middle here. So I kind of wanted a table with a skull on it. I sound like a really messed up person, but this is sort of like a hear me out. Not in that way. Oh God, no. I kind of want to use these wither heads in some places for decoration. It might look odd seeing a sort of burned skull in the crypts, but hear me out, okay? Does this not give like really creepy, like cultish vibes? Like if you just walked in here and saw this, what would you think? You'd be creeped out, which is exactly what I want. This first room is pretty much done. I'm not going to do too much decoration in this one. This is sort of just like the introductory area, but all the traps and the real stuff is going to start in this room. Don't worry, I know this looks a bit bare with like the same colored walls and no real texture. I'm gonna come back in later on to fluff everything out and make it look 10 times better. But for now, let's focus our efforts over here. I am gonna have another one of these wither skulls in this room. Okay, so this room is going to be interesting. I kind of want to make floating ghosts. This is another hear me out. I was thinking maybe I could do something with banners to make them look like ghosts. So I have a bunch of white banners with black dye here. And I think this indented black base pattern might look cool for like the bottom of the floating ghost. So I'm going to make quite a few of these just to see how they look. I kind of just want you to look out into this room and see ghosts floating around. Obviously, I can't really make them move. So I'm just gonna try to make it look like they're just floating around minding their business, I guess. Doing whatever the hell it is that ghosts do. They should give like ghost vibe. Okay, a little bit, kind of. I think from this angle, it's a bit better. I feel like you can tell what it's supposed to be. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna add these ghosts in. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball and see where I think I need one. Maybe like one right here. Okay, that looks good. I like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then maybe some tucked away in the corners too, like behind here. Maybe a final one like right here-ish, I think. A little lower down could be cool. Love that. Love that. That looks so good. Honestly, maybe even one closer up there. You probably won't see that one right away, but I'll know it's there and I'll love it. Okay, yeah, this is my favorite. This room isn't gonna have too many graves. It's actually gonna be like an abandoned little library. My headcanon for this room is that it's like a log of everyone who died here. God, I really sound like a messed up person when I start talking. I should probably stop talking, but we all know that's impossible. And then in these little pockets without torches, I'm gonna put those. Then let's go through and add some actual filled out book. So, where are my chiseled bookshelves? Do they not give it back to you? Oh my god. Here I am just breaking it. Maybe Silk Touch? Okay, I have to use Silk Touch on a bookshelf? Sure. In here as well, I'm gonna put little lecterns. I'm gonna write like little ghost stories in these. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but maybe I'll just put some anecdotes about my life and those will be enough. And to spruce these areas up, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Just gonna make those stick out kinda. There's no real reason for it, just to sort of fluff out the area a bit. I liked how it looks, so I made it, period. And of course, no library would be complete without a good old chandelier in the middle. And I'm warning you now, this is not gonna be the most glorious chandelier you've ever seen. So it's ass, but I think it's fine. You're never gonna really look up there anyway. I'm not really bothered. I know you don't care, so we're good. Okay, so some final few little details in this place to decorate it. I kind of want to have little just chairs around. You know, you're mourning your loved one, you're in this big crypt. You probably are gonna want to sit down at some point, right? This is like where you go to sit down to read the obituary. You know what I mean? Maybe this would look better as stairs. Hold on. Oh, it so does. Maybe a little solo chair here. Yeah. Wait. Okay, wait. What if I did like that? And then they have little candles. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Well, yes. Okay, this room is actually looking good so far, but it's just missing one thing. The danger. So the entrance of this room is just gonna have basic arrow traps. They're going to come right here and stretch all the way across. So when you walk here, you should hear the dispensers go, and I'm gonna put arrows in here. Ow! As you can see by the nice demonstration that just happened, it should hit you. Ow. I'm gonna put trapdoors here and a banner going down. Doesn't hide as well as I hoped, but it does hide it a little bit. I kind of like that it's like kind of hidden but not hidden. Like it looks so stupid, but I love it. There's a basic trap there that's gonna be in here. I also wanted to do a trap in the floor somewhere here, probably like right here-ish. Turns out trying to make a trap in the floor when you have no redstone experience is actually pretty difficult, so I did end up following a tutorial. Well, yes, thank you so much to this person. I'd be lost without my YouTube tutorials, honestly. But this trap was exactly the vibe that I wanted. I actually breezed through it pretty quickly. scary. Oh my god, I think I actually did something right for once in my life. This is crazy. If I did this all correctly, when I step on those pressure plates, these 4 blocks should move. Oh, I'm a redstone genius. Still need to be some tweaks that are made to this. For example, oh. I need to make a hole under the pistons, which I'm now stuck inside of. I need to make a hole down here where you fall and die. Honestly, this should be fine. And then at the bottom here, we're gonna put some dripstone. That should kill them, I think. And if it doesn't, then, well, they're stuck down here and I have another coffin. What I am gonna do though is decorate this area just a little bit to hopefully make it less suspicious. So now when you're walking through here, you're kind of forced to go through these 4 blocks, which will send you down to the pit of death. Also, between these bookshelves, I'm going to add little seating areas too, just to fill out the area a bit more. And then I think that this room is mostly done. So obviously, this is the first trap room. It's pretty simple. Now, we're going to go ahead and come into this room. I'm actually not going to do much in here. I think part of the challenge of this room will be the vaults there. I think my idea for this room will be that you have to battle the mobs. Like, I think those will be the main traps. So because of that, instead what I opted to do for this room was make it a little armory slash battle room with a bunch of weapons and tools you can use to fight the mobs. And also armor stands with iron armor around to help you gear up. Like I said, not much decoration going into this one, but I think this is enough. This one doesn't need too much because you're probably going to spend your time trying to kill all the mobs anyway, so you're not really going to be looking around. Time for the next room, which is one of my favorites, this baby. Honestly, I think zombies raining down is pretty cool, but there is a bit more that I want to do with this room. This room, I had a vision in my head that I'd put dripstone all over the ceiling and have it hang down from the darkness with lava above the room. So of course, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, it's dripping, yes. I do like the dripping lava effect there. And there's some water too, which I don't mind. Now that I'm seeing how that looks, I kind of want to add some in the floor and stuff as well. So I might do that real quick. Okay, yeah, that's cute. Love that. Now, what this room is actually going to be is a treasure vault. And all around, I'm going to proudly display all the riches that I gathered during my time alive. I don't have much wealth in real life, but if I did, honestly, I'd flaunt it. So we're going to flaunt it in Minecraft instead. I have a ton of ore that I can just throw in there because why not? Is this a waste of my stuff? Yes, but it's for the greater good, honestly. Maybe if you're making a crypt in your world, don't do what I'm doing, but honestly, it's mostly for the plot, you know? It's my crypt. Why are you judging? Oh, I can make like a little pattern in the wall of my diamonds. Hold on. And in the back, I'll have emeralds. Yup. Who's doing it like me when they're dead? None of y'all. None of y'all are touching me. I guess that's why I need the zombies in here to guard all my stuff in case any of you brokies try to steal it. Also, I'm gonna put some regular decoration around to make it look pretty. Who do you think I am? Okay, this is looking cute. I also thought this little riches room would be a good place to put something that I haven't found a place for yet, which is this bad boy. And this little guy is gonna go right up here into this room, which is currently not done yet. I basically want this room to be a pedestal for the dragon egg guarded by a boss. So this is roughly about the size of the room. It's not going to be anything too big, but I do want it to feel dangerous. Smack in the middle here, there's going to be a little pedestal that has the egg on it. And what I really want to do is kind of have people watching over it. So I'm going to put a couple armor stands up here. On these are going to go some black leather armor. And there's going to be a special secret one right up here. These people are going to watch over my dragon egg to make sure that nobody steals it. So this does seem pretty simple, doesn't it? Well, in this room, I want to put the strongest boss in Minecraft. One that I know will defend this egg with all of its honor and make sure that no thieves come in here and try to take it away from my dead body. And that boss is this guy. I know him and I have quite a complicated history, but I know without a doubt that I can trust him to protect this place. He doesn't like anyone. He doesn't even like me. So I know that if any intruders come in here, he'll be the first one to knock him out. I also think it's finally time that I give you a name tag and officially dub you Llama Man. So he will be the ultimate protector of my vault of treasures, along with these watchers. Thank you for your service. There is one more thing that I want to add to this room though. I kind of want to give people a jump scare. And there's only one way that I know how to do that. We are going to have to visit a very familiar place and grab some of these. That should be way more than enough, but I do want to grab a shrieker block too. But if you remember, I did take them all out when I was exploring the ancient city for the very first time in this world, so I'm gonna have to explore the deep dark to find one. I'm sure this won't be too hard. All I gotta do is find the screaming block. No more of that, please. Thank you. You know what? While I'm down here, I might as well look for more. I could always put more in the crypt. Might be a cool idea to put them all throughout the crypt. Ooh. You know what? 3 is way more than enough. I'm gone. I want no part of this. Definitely want one right under the egg. Right there. Then maybe some sneaky little skulkers hidden behind the walls. There we go. Kind of sounds like a ghost shrieking in the night. Good luck with that, Llama Man. That's annoying as hell. And while I'm at it, why don't I put some of these in the room with the actual ghosts in it? Okay, so this room is now done. That room over there is done. And finally, my vault full of riches is done as well. Look at Llama Man exploring. Ugh, that just leaves one final room for us to work on now, which is this big empty room here. I've decided that this room is going to be the room that I am buried in. But I really want to do something cool with this room. I've been doing a lot of doom scrolling recently, and I've come across this cool floor concept that a lot of builders are doing, where they make it look like the room is sort of fading into the void. I really love this design and I want to implement it into my world. Basically, the idea is that you would stack stained glass and air on top of each other, and when you look at it from the top down, it looks as though everything is sort of fading into the color of the stained glass that you use. I really wanted black for this. I just thought it would look so cool seeing everything fade into like the actual void. So I quickly started on my preparations to get this done. I flew over to the desert and I gathered a ton of sand for this. 4 shulker boxes full to be exact. This is the part of the build I was most excited for. And then I realized something. I just realized something really annoying. I'm smelting all this glass to make my black fading glass floor, but I can't get black dye because I can't kill squids to make black dye. Oh no. To recap, a few episodes ago, I was visited by this weird animal council that lives in the void. Apparently, me killing animals caused a disruption to the natural order of the world, and I'm no longer allowed to kill animals, or I get banned from my own world.
Kidnapping animals and locking them in cages, recklessly killing the lives of innocent animals with no regard to their safety, stripping biomes of their resources, leading to the disturbance of the natural order of the world and creating an imbalance in nature.
They are also the ones who put my world on hardcore mode, and I kind of don't want to be on their bad side anymore. So this was a real problem for me. Do I have any just lying around? Okay, well, that's definitely not going to be enough. How do you get black dye? Okay, so I can use a wither rose. Do I even have those? I don't even think I have a wither rose. Oh, I have a singular wither rose. That's wonderful. I don't even remember how I got this. I think the wither needs to kill an animal. Idea. I could make a wither rose farm. There's a way to do it. It just needs a lot of prep work. So here was the idea. I would build a wither rose farm in the end. Following this person's tutorial, I was to make a bunch of snow golems, spawn a wither underneath the main end portal. Then ideally the wither would kill them over and over until I got enough wither roses that I needed for this build. Only problem was I didn't have many pumpkins, so the pumpkin farming began. So I've got 43 pumpkins, which is not a ton, but obviously more are gonna grow. These are just going to take a while. So let's go to the next part of this, which shouldn't be as long or obnoxious as waiting for pumpkins to grow. Let's head over to the end and start this whole process. Feels like forever since I've last been here. So apparently this farm is going to go directly under the end portal here. Excuse me while I go nonverbal to build this. Okay, so I have most of the farm set up now. I basically just need to stand here and spawn snow golems, let them fall down there, then the wither will be here ready to kill them, is what's supposed to happen. I am just gonna run home very quickly, because when I killed all the withers when I was making my elytra launch tower, I got a ton of skulls, so I do have some left over, thank goodness. But I also am gonna need way more pumpkins for this, so I'm just gonna wait here and AFK farm some pumpkins, and I'll join back with you when I think I have enough. It's been a long time. I think I have an okay amount of pumpkins now. My farm production has doubled by 3. I was gonna exaggerate and say 10, but it's definitely by 3. Let's head back over to the end and start up this farm. Okay, so apparently what I have to do is come and spawn the wither. I'm so scared. Okay, let's do that. Then I need to come over here and start this and place these snow blocks here. Oh. So why is it not working? Oh. Okay. Okay. Please stop, please. I'm overstimulated. So this was a fail, and I'm gonna take my stuff and go. Gulp. Oh, I gotta run. I gotta run. Good luck, Enderman. I'm out. I can't deal with it right now. I feel bad for him, though. I really do. Okay, so that was a no-go. Got it. So I wasted all that time farming pumpkins for nothing. Oh my god. You know what? Not all hope is lost. I did have another idea in case this happened. What I could do now is come back over to the mountains here. And if you remember in my 3rd episode of this series, I killed the wither in one hit using a mace and a really deep hole. So I'm thinking maybe I can breed a bunch of animals down there, then have the wither just explode on them completely. I know that's inhumane, I understand that, but technically I wouldn't be the one killing the animals, it'd be the wither. Or I could just give this whole idea up and use a different dye color for my glass. Okay, so the new plan was to make a chicken farm, get a bunch of chickens spawned, put them in this hole, then spawn the wither, have him blow them all up, and get so many wither roses to make black dye to make my stained glass fading floor. Wait, I just realized I could have made this farm in the hole in the mountain. And then I could have used these chickens. Oh, that's great. That's rich. That's fantastic. Yeah. So I dragged them all over there.
Mommy. I can't be your mother.
And I let them all fly down the hole, built another farm down there, and they got to making tons of babies. Okay, it's the next morning. Well, afternoon. Definitely didn't wake up at noon, but anyway, I've been letting my chickens marinate overnight, and I have 2 double chests full of these blue eggs, so I think I have way more than enough. So I can keep all those chickens there, and I did have an idea. I really don't want to let all my pumpkins go to waste after waiting for so long and farming them, so I think what I'm gonna do is make a bunch of snow golems down there and have the wither kill that as well. I am just realizing, though, that I left all my pumpkins in the end. So, okay, I have all my pumpkins and snow should be easy enough to get, so let's go spawn a bunch of snow golems at the bottom of the hole. I feel bad because they're so cute. I mean, okay, technically I'm not killing them, right? So like, I'll be fine. Oh, I am so sorry, girl. Not him escaping. You know what? He can stay alive. I'm gonna dig you out a hole because you managed to escape like that. You can live. You know what? In fact, I'll build you a home, okay? You just go back there and you hide, and I will come back for you when all this is done, I swear. Here, I'll give you a little lamp for your home. You're so cute. Okay, I'm out of snow now, so I think this is all of the snow golems I'm gonna spawn. My game is getting a little bit laggy now, so I think it's my sign to stop. I am just now realizing I only have one wither skull, so I'm gonna have to go get some more, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Let's head over to the nether now and get 2 more. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm honestly pretty nervous about this, but I think we should be fine. I'm gonna let loose all the chickens now and there's some eggs in here and see if we can get any last minute chickens to spawn in. There's so many mobs here. Okay. Be free. Not them staying in. They have Stockholm syndrome. Okay, there's already so many eggs. Let's just throw them around, see what we can get. Oh god, you guys, please. I'm getting overwhelmed, overstimulated. There's way too much going on. Oh, they trapped me in. They're trying to kill me too. Oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. Hello, where am I? I have to fight my way through. Let's wrap this thing up. That's all the eggs. That's it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta find a way out. Please. Okay, so for me and Mr. Snow Golem behind this wall here, I'm gonna build us a little platform, a viewing platform of the massacre that's about to happen. I'm gonna cover his side though. I don't want him to see what's about to happen to like all his siblings because I feel like that'd be a little f***ed up. So let's just build a little glass thing here and I can come behind here and watch what happens. And let's spawn this guy in, shall we? Good luck, y'all. I'm scared. Look, they're all attacking it. Oh my god. I'm really nervous. Here it comes. Oh my god. Okay. Well, now I have to kill it. So there's that. I have to keep him away from my snow golem. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Did that nether star just burn in the lava? What the hell? It so did. Okay, whatever. How many wither roses did I get from that? There were a lot of mobs, so I'm expecting a good turnout. 2 stacks and 12. That's definitely not enough. Oh my god. Are you okay? Okay, you're still alive at least. Oh, don't look, please. Well, don't walk there. What are you doing? No, I'm gonna walk in the lava. Don't do that. I'm really sorry. I really am. It wasn't meant to happen this way. I'm really sorry. Well, I'm gonna leave you down here for now, and I am gonna come back for you, I swear, and I'll make you a home to compensate for the trauma I've just put you through. I gotta go. I feel really guilty, and I didn't even get another star, so this was all for nothing. I'm out. I'm just gonna use a different color. Okay, so after all that time has been wasted, I went into a creative world and I tested out a few other different glass colors. I eventually decided on the color purple, obviously. Then I headed back into my survival world, got a bunch of blue and red flowers, made purple dye, then made my purple stained glass. And once again, here's a condensed version of me finally building my fading glass floor. And this is what the purple fog smoke floor is looking like. I honestly love how it looks, but I have to show you something. While I've been recording this video, the brand new Minecraft update came out, which means I have access to mods again and I can use shaders. And you will not believe what this place looks like with shaders on. It's gorgeous. The shaders have this like reflective effect on the glass from the end rods, and the purple hue of the end rods really like enhances the glass. It all looks amazing. In the end, I'm really glad I went with the purple. And now that means we can get started on the rest of this room, which actually isn't going to be a ton. So that actually means that everything with this room starts right here. I'm gonna turn this into a redstone door that can only be accessed with a very specific code. I was doom scrolling again and I found a redstone thing that I wanted to build this time, which was a secret code door by this person. Basically how this works is you put stuff in item frames and you tilt them around, and however many little ticks that it's tilted in powers the redstone. So if it's not tilted at all, it does a very weak signal. If you tilt it twice, it's stronger, and so on and so forth. And I really loved this idea and I wanted to incorporate it into my build. So the idea here is that you have to go through the labyrinth to find out what the code is to the door. I don't want you to just be able to walk all the way to my grave and be done. I want you to actually have to explore, figure out what the secret code is, then come back, put it in, and get your ultimate reward. You guys, I'm a redstone genius. Okay, so if all this redstone worked, it should follow the secret code that I've made up. There are hints though, don't worry. These are the banners from the ghosts. So if you count, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ghosts. Then this is the magma cream, which is supposed to signify the magma heads that you find in the room with the dragon egg. And there are 2 of those, so 2. Then we have this trial key. And in total in the crypt, there are 5 trials. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm literally a genius. You guys could never. Your favorite Minecraft content creator could never do it like me. Wait, but what if I am your favorite? Then I can. We gotta cover this up real quick. All right, so you've made it into the room with my coffin in it. Because this is gonna be the final room in the whole crypt, I'm not gonna put too many traps in here because I really want this to feel like you earned a reward. But I am going to come up here, and right in the middle is gonna be my floating coffin. This coffin isn't actually gonna be too big. This is literally gonna be the size here. I really want you to have to do some sort of parkour challenge to get up there. It's definitely not gonna be too hard to get to, but like just annoying enough to where you're like, okay, let's get it over with. I'm just gonna build upward. That should look like it's fading into the glass. Yep. Now we're gonna keep going until I think I've done enough. Okay, I think this is a pretty good parkour challenge. It's a little tough though. I had some trouble doing this myself, so let's see if I can get it done and get to my own coffin. These ones are pretty easy too. Wait, this is so easy. Yes. Then there's this final jump and the one that gets you into my coffin. Okay, so what is gonna go in my coffin, you may be asking? First, I'm gonna put a double bed for me to lay on eternally. Then I'm gonna put some item frames around. And these are gonna be filled with a bunch of items and memories and trinkets from the last 17 or so episodes. I can't believe we made that many. That is crazy. So with these, we can take a little trip down memory lane right now. So first, I am putting the spyglass from the very first episode in here when I was looking out over the stars. Also from the first episode, I'm putting one of my first trial keys. Here, I also have another star to represent when I killed the Wither for the first time. And I have a feather from the back of the first Polly that I accidentally murdered. That'll go there. Next up, we have this music disc from the trial chamber. And shortly after that, I started working on the zoo. So I have a couple of blocks that represent the blocks that are mostly used in the zoo, as well as a little fishy from the gift shop. Then of course, I have the dragon head from when I killed the ender dragon, which has been taken from my study. I also have an ancient debris from the episode when I built Llama Man's cave. Then I have a bookshelf from my very first enchanting area, a gas tier to represent the gas from the Minecraft movie that I built, pale moss representing the first time I went to the Pale Garden, and of course an eye blossom representing my recreation of the Pale Garden. Then we have a heart of the sea from taking on the sea temple, a snowball from all of these snowmen that I killed most recently, a block of TNT from building my Elytra launch tower, a redstone torch from when I animated a bunch of builds in my world, lime-stained glass from my UFO build from my gunpowder farm, and finally, believe it or not, a soul lantern, which is what was hanging around me when the Animal Council first took me down into their little lair thing. And that, everyone, is what I am going to be buried with. Probably not what you expected, but isn't it just such a nice, deeper message and meaning this way? We love to see it. Now, let's go ahead and close this off for now, because I'm not dead yet. And I don't plan to be for a very long time. And that, everyone, is my grave, 100% complete, aka the final room in this crypt. But my work is not done yet. There's 2 final things I need to do to this crypt to get it ready for when I die. First, I need to build a way to get into the crypt, which will be right here. And then I need to go around into all the walls and do some of this. So I'll be right back. And 2 days later, we have this. I think adding a bunch of moss and vines and cobwebs really made this place come to life. I also used this hanging moss from the Pale Garden, which I kind of liked. I also added a ton in this room as well, which I love the look of too. A little bit in here, but not too much. It's my running headcanon that Llama Man likes to keep this place nice and tidy. Also around the place, I added item frames comes with black stone stairs on the torches. They kind of look like the torches are being held in place, which I really like. Overall, I think this place looks really cool now. Then if we come over here, you can see I have made a really long staircase that comes all the way up to the surface inside of this building, which is of course the entrance to the crypt. Okay. I see you're trying to take me to the grave early. I also made a little graveyard here. Nothing major, just something cute for the girls, you know? And I think this turned out so cute for something so ominous. And with those final two things done, that is this entire build 100% complete. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is your favorite part of the crypt? Is it the entrance room, the ghostly library, the trial room with all of my treasures and a mighty boss? Or is it my grave room with a long fall into the void with my grave full of all my treasures? Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait for you to see what I get up to next.